Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is going to be tuning in here at Phoenix Holdings. Once again, this is going to be the host for today's AMA, CH, and as mentioned, we're going to be having yet another exciting AMA. This time with a project called AvatarGrow, and from their team as well, we got a very familiar face and voice. We got Alex. How are you doing today?
Hey, brother. Hey, I'm actually good. Hope you guys are good as well. And I'm here to, let's say, present the Avatar Grow project, the vision of the team, the ideas, and the potential growth. So, yeah, it's probably going to be an engaging one and educational nonetheless.
Engaging in education. Okay, that's something definitely you haven't tried that much in AMA such as this. So I guess without further ado, Alex, can you get started? I think everyone has known your intro, your background, so we can get on to the project itself. Can you give a short introduction about the project itself and maybe touch on why is it named Avatar Grow?
Definitely, my man. Definitely. So, you guys know me. I'm going to start off by saying hello, everyone. Thanks for being a part of this. And hopefully, you are going to be able to take a decision if this project is actually up your alley and a good investment opportunity or not by the end of the AMA. With that being said, let me encompass a bit about the team. How did they come up with the idea, and why is it actually called Avatar Grow? When it comes to the team, as far as experience, you guys are always interested in what are they up to, what have they been doing, and so on and so forth. So let me start off by saying that this is their first project ever being built. However, they've been in crypto since 2014. Now, back in 2014, you guys probably know that MTGOX got hacked. That was one of the, I'm gonna say, turnaround points for them. MTGOX was a pretty big Bitcoin exchange, a Japanese exchange, if I'm not mistaken, and they kind of ceased operation. Amid the revelations of some involvements and loss and theft of hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. Basically, they got hacked in a nutshell, and they suspended trading in 2014. Right, closed everything, filed for bankruptcy, and those allegations and remunerations are being disputed to this day. Again, this was a turning point for the team. Moreover, for Jake Sully is the lead developer for the project. He has a lot of experience within the technical analysis, Bitcoin mining, fundamentals, exchange metrics, and moreover, day trading activities. That is one of his. I'm not gonna call it passions or hobbies or actual activities. He started to be more active on the other spaces, if I can call it like that, to try and find other endeavors to invest in after MTGOX got hacked. Started mining in 2015 as well, and probably in about 2020 at the, I'm gonna say, beginning of 2021, once that market was picking up after the bear market, he started to digress from a regular mining position and investing on your particular centralized exchanges to the BSC ecosystem, the potential degen gambles, and so on and so forth. So that's Jake Sully, the I'm gonna say one of the founders of the project. Um, then you got Nate here, the marketing lead for the project. That particular type of person that kind of gets the job done, right? So the connections are established, the fundamentals are there. Talks facts and strategies based on the ROI on that. So what do I mean by that is that once you take an action to progress with the project, to develop it in one way or another, you need to know what impact that's going to have, right? That's basically what Nature is all about. Then you got two Tay collaborations and partnerships. Probably get the point here. Asian markets are heavily targeted these days, and this project, because of the fame of Avatar and because of what they're planning to do, they will do the same. Not limited to that in particular. And then Miles, head of strategy operations, day-to-day activities are being handled and taken care of. That's pretty much who Miles is. Four core team members, as I was mentioning, and then to that, you can add a couple of moderators as well and potential advisors, not yet established, but there may actually go for some advisors once the project is fully released to kind of set that proper path of success and to make sure that you follow the roadmap accordingly. Why is it called Avatar Grow? Well, more than one reason. The main one is because, you got I want to say the follow up, the second part of Avatar, being released this year in December, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't even seen the first one, so yeah. But still, I am aware that it's actually being released this year. Why is it called Grow? Avatar Grow. Well, first of all, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as the team knows, there hasn't actually been a speculation, so to speak, around the Avatar subject. Not a lot of theme based coins around around Avatar. Grow, because it's catchy. Think about it. Think about the success that others had with this particular let's say name as a start. I could probably list Squid Grow, one of the Squid Grows, because you had your big rug, and then you got your big liquidity pool, and some others that succeeded. So AvatarGrow is a combination of those. Not saying that they're gonna do the same as Squid Grow in terms of whatever X's they did. But it's always nice to have a catchy name, basically revolving around something that, at least to my knowledge, hasn't been tried. Uh, that's a bit about the, let's say, the team, the vision, and they started working on this 5 or 6 months ago, to be precise.
That is like a really long time because, to be honest, Alex, when I saw the name Avatar Grow, and I saw that the theme is based on a popular movie. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen a project like this launching based on the hype of a show or a movie. I would expect this to be, a pump and dump kind of thing, because that's how usually coins go, like this go, like jumping the hype of things. But considering that this is 5 months in development, that definitely shows that, that is definitely not an indicator that this is like a pump and dump or a meme token. So that is yeah, that really changed my mind on my initial opinions or thoughts about this project itself. So with that being said, I guess a first question I can get. So as I've mentioned, that most projects like jumping on the hype of like a certain trend or anything that's like in mainstream media, like shows, how can you like separate yourself from those kind of tokens, like meme ones, considering that you kind of have the same concept based on the name and yeah, the name itself.
At least from AVG's perspective, of course, I'm not gonna try and correlate this one with others. How you're trying to be separated from that particular pool. Not that it's something bad. Like, being affiliated with meme tokens in general is not something bad. However, if you're looking to have the progression of a meme token, chart wise, then you will also understand that there is a pump, but what goes up must come down at some point. From that particular moment, from your initial, let's call it dip, that's when you actually start to kind of step aside and think things through, right? Now, if you're doing it as you're getting launched, as you're getting prepared to be launched on the market, or proactively, as I like to think that the team has done it, you're going to set up some utilities, you're going to set up some metrics to be touched on, some progression path, and eventually your ultra you know let's say ultra plan, so to speak, kind of gets a good shape, right? People are gonna have a pretty much a basic understanding of what you're trying to build. Now, it's all about who's pushing this particular project. If you're thinking about it within these current market conditions, honestly, uh, we could sit here and talk about utility. I mean, it's gonna bring this, it's gonna bring that, so on and so forth. Um, Probably I'm going to say that whatever secret marketing strategies they have in mind that they haven't mentioned to me, aside for what I know, those are probably going to be the ones pushing it at the moment. From what I know, they are doing a live I'm going to say awareness raise campaign. Honestly, I think they're doing that one in Germany, uh, to kind of inform people of what they're trying to build, with some flyers, with some I understood they're going to rent a booth as well. So personally, I would say they're taking on the proper path. Not saying that that's gonna skyrocket the project, but it's an organic progression. Too many things we've seen that promised the moon never happened. Hopefully, the progression for this one is gonna be different, at least from the vision that they have. I think they have a pretty much clear understanding of what does it mean to be a meme token as a general concept, and how to actually make sure that you're, even if you're considered like one, you're not acting like one, right? So your chart is not taking the same path of a pump, of a dump, and from there on, it is what it is, right? So that I would say is the best answer to this question.
Definitely. And that's like a unique kind of marketing, like just like outside of the traditional forms of crypto marketing, which is going online. If they're actually going to set up booths physically, then that is a different approach and a step up from the other competitors in terms of marketing. And you've mentioned as well that something that may set apart a project compared to other projects of the same concept is the utilities. So, can we talk more about the utilities that you have planned for AvatarGrow?
Definitely. So let's take them one after the other. I'm not gonna bore you guys by going so much into detail. What's clear, I'm gonna explain it clear, and what's not, I'm gonna go in depth. So a couple of things that I want to mention. Um, Post launch, you're gonna be looking at an NFT collection envisioned as a unique one belonging to the project. Uh, as a startup, this one doesn't actually have a particular utility at the moment to be shared. You're gonna understand what I mean by at the moment. Um, and also, this is going to be correlated with an NFT platform. Call it marketplace, if you will, right? So, NFT collection, NFT platform with a standard utility, as you guys might know. In my opinion, still NFT marketplaces are. Um, I mean, there's definitely something out there. I highly doubt that OpenSea and SAFU and probably a couple of others are the only ones that are reliable. And I'm looking forward to the next one, whenever that comes, be it this one, be it the other one. Basically, you never know. But to incorporate your own NFT collection and to avoid that particular tackle of going on OpenSea, asking them to list you, and then asking for a huge fee or royalties or whatever that the case might be, you're starting off with your own platform and with your own collection. The team actually thinks it could bring in a nice traction to the investors. You're going to be able to trade not only our NFTs, eventually other projects as well. Now, this is where the cool things kind of come in, right? You're going to be looking at an AVG DEX. You got your DEX with a AMM automated market maker model. This one is envisioned within 1 to 2 months. I mean, 1 to 2 months. I'm probably going to say, because we're kind of done with October, tentatively by the end of November to have it fully released. Um, Automated market makers basically means that you're trading against a liquidity. If the project is sustainable, we will integrate it. Now, why is this important, right? Why am I touching the NFT platform, which is not unique? Why am I touching the AVG DEX, which is not unique? Because others have done it in the past. Now, what the team is looking to incorporate as a startup for the ecosystem is, first of all, the AVG wallet, their own native wallet. You can hold the tokens there, and you're going to have benefits once you're going to access the AVG shop. Now, this is the first, I'm going to say, unique aspect of the project that they're trying to bring forward. Now, the AVG shop is going to be think about it as a traditional e-commerce platform adopted to the blockchain industry. Payments to be done either with credit card, if you guys feel more comfortable with that, or with cryptocurrency, native token being the primary coin used. Potentially to implement, BUSD, USDT as an alternative. However, the purpose of the shop would be as a start for AVG, for AvatarGrow, to actually sell some merchandise, right? T-shirts, mugs, cups, keyboards, whatever they want to develop. And then if you want to purchase that, you're going to actually look at some discounts if you're looking to purchase with AVG token. Now, as a standard utility, this is pretty self-explanatory, right? So, nothing, let's say, out of the ordinary. Wow. Just that this one is going to be offered as a option for your particular businesses, for your incipient stage products, nonetheless, within the same aspect as we are. Think about it this way. If you have, I don't know, like a hyped product right now, let's say Shiba, right? Let's take Shiba as an example. If Shiba looks to expand, although they're quite at a different level, but still, if you got a new meme persona on the space, not to use Shiba, whatever that might be, and they're looking to expand, they have a lot of growth, and most of these particular memes focus on tangible products, right? Like merchandise that you can purchase, t-shirts with Shiba, mugs with Shiba, whatever you can, mini Shiba, maxi Shiba, whatever. They can actually incorporate their own products within our own shop and our own DEX. And what we're going to do, we're going to allow people the opportunity to buy those products with their native token as well, increasing the utility for their native token. increasing the liquidity for that native token, and growing the ecosystem as it is. So it's going to be a, let's say, multi-aspect utility, if I can name it like that. And the wallet is going to be integrated mainly there. So the wallet is not actually envisioned to be, a competition for MetaMask or Solana's wallet or whatever other wallets might be. It's mainly as a, suite of tools to be used within the AVG shop, which they are looking to expand more and more. So that's probably the main plan. The AVG shop is to be to be revealed, as some sneak peeks are to be offered within shortest time possible. I don't have an estimated time frame on that, but the release is expected to be done by mid-December. And also the wallet integration and the DEX as well. Going on, as I've said, wallet, DEX, shop, and so on and so forth. The team is actually looking within, that's listed as a phase on the roadmap within probably start of December, hopefully, to actually perform a massive giveaway through the support of one of their partners. Who that partner is, they never mentioned, but I understood this one has a good correlation with the Phase 5, a famous celebrity partnership announcement. So they will do a massive giveaway with limited edition NFTs. Those NFTs and the initial collection to be integrated within the last stage of their plan, which I'm going to encompass in a second. The limited edition NFTs, they have a plan in mind. It's in progress, and it's actually added as a phase on the roadmap to be explored at a later time. Staking is also going to be available probably within 3 to 4 weeks after launch. The vision is to create 6 different pools. 3 pools are going to be locked staking. 3 of them are going to be function as a variable staking. 7, 14, and 30 days for the locked ones. No early unlock fee as I'm looking at the project right now. Maybe at a later point in time. The team actually considered, if you're deciding to stake for 30 days, only a potential emergency is going to require you to, let's say, withdraw the amount, right? And that's only going to be probably 1 or 2 people. So, I mean, definitely with every single aspect of the staking taken into account, once you click that button, you are assumed and the decision is accounted for. 7, 14, and 30, as I've said, the first 3, that's going to be lock staking with an addition, let's say, an estimated APY of somewhere from, let's say, 3%, probably up to 11 or 12%, close to that. Now, when it comes to variable, you're going to be looking at 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. This is going to be variable within the same principle that Binance uses. So depending on the period, 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months, depending on how much you want to stake, there's going to be a max staking amount as well offered for those. And depending on how much was at stake already, there's going to be a calculated APY shared with you before you press the button stake. Pretty much, if you guys ever staked on Binance, it's the same. You go on the pool, you select the pool, you enter the amount of tokens that you want to stake, and before you do that, it's going to provide you with an estimation. So by the end of 30 days, you're going to gain 5%. By the end of 90 days, you're going to gain 6%, whatever the case might be. Take into account, as I've said, that is a variable because it takes into account variable, meaning if you stake right now for 3 months, so to speak, and then after 3 months you're looking to stake again, that particular percentage might actually be different. Also, with variable, you get to early unstake at your whenever you want, basically only gaining percentages of those initial estimations of the APYs. So this is staking. APYs are still going to be discussed within the team, and once they are prepared to launch the staking feature, they will announce them. And as I said, there's actually a Q2 2023 is the estimation right now for their own AVG game. Now, before I go ahead and kind of encompass that, I'm going to let you guys know that the AVG game, because this is probably going to be a question, like, has the team took did the team take into account the licensing? No, because it's not going to be a avatar game, right? So I mean, it's an inspiration basically, but that doesn't mean you're going to actually be a copycat for the particular franchise, right? So with that in mind, no, sorry, go ahead, CH.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you finally you actually said something about differentiating the project itself from the name Avatar, like the series. And I think based on what you told about the utilities, for now, I can assume that the NFT is gonna be perhaps by far the biggest aspect of the utilities that you're gonna be having here by far.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, let's classify them as the biggest utilities, at least in my opinion, by
Hmm.
how I understood the vision from their side,
Hmm.
would be the AVG shop and eventually the game. Now, the game is not going to be
Hmm.
developed by themselves. They're going to actually look forward to hiring a company, a solid game development company that can assist with that, because they are looking to turn this into a massive, massive game. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions, because the game is probably going to take me at least 6 minutes to explain.
Of course, I mean, I think that's it. I guess quick question about the NFT. So I can assume that the NFTs that are going to be used here will be integrated in the game itself, or is it going to be for a different purpose?
Yeah, you are correct. One of their purposes is to be integrated, both the initial collection, the limited edition NFTs, and potentially others, if it's the case. They haven't actually decided right now on the NFT collection how many are there going to be in total. So that's why they might be there might be something small as a collection, and then eventually implement more to correlate them in the game, because the game has, at least from the vision, I had a quite an interesting chat with the team. If this goes according to plan and every single point gets implemented, the game's going to be crazy. It's very ambitious. I'm going to state that. Very ambitious.
Very ambitious. Definitely sounds very promising. Um, and that definitely helps that you're going to be integrating the NFTs in the game itself. I mean, to be honest, the utilities of NFTs being just, I don't know, some sort of rewards thingy, although helpful, it will give the NFT more value, but it's not that much new. It's not that much worth it, I would say. So having the NFTs being utilized in the game that's going to be developed will definitely be a much more creative way to integrate some use for the NFT itself. So going to the game itself. So what kind of game are we talking about? So I'm assuming this is going to be under the Avatar universe kind of thingy, or is it a totally different game?
Honestly, I haven't seen Avatar. I don't know what they're about. I would you can probably let me know once I finish with the presentation, if it's actually related to Avatar as a universe or not. It's gonna be a combination. So actually, I wanted to touch on another thing. The NFTs might actually have a specific role within the shop as well. I don't know what that means. I try to think. I'm the type of person that speculates a lot. Once you talk to the team, um, but I couldn't actually find a, let's say, a reasonable explanation. So I'm looking forward to that particular aspect as well, to see what the idea is behind it, because it's kind of hard for me to believe right now that they're planning to launch an NFT collection and an NFT platform and just leave it like that, right? Certainly there might be something about it, um, and they said that there might be a particular role within the shop, so that to be mentioned as well. Now, when it comes to the game, my man, let me ask you this: have you ever played Conan Exiles?
Conan Exiles. Is it
Yeah,
like the Barbarian Conan?
yeah, exactly. It's a
Okay, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
I,
it's a
I
survival
have
game.
seen it. Yeah, I've seen. I haven't played it personally, but I've seen some gameplays of that. Yeah.
Okay, it's a massive survival game. I've been playing it for, I think it's over a year right now. You know, a couple of hours per week. Don't get me wrong. Um, that one compared with a MMORPG, I'm gonna say exploration type of game similar to Red Dead Redemption, if that brings any bell. Um, it's yeah, that's pretty much the combination that I'm gonna go for. So how things are gonna start from a, let's say, a gameplay perspective. You're going to start off by selecting yourself one character, one out of potentially six or eight, right? Each of those characters are definitely going to have their own NFTs, which you might already have or not. um, Again, probably, I think that initially they're going to implement all the limited edition NFTs within the game. The interesting part that I saw while discussing with the team is that you're going to start from scratch, right? Pretty much as in Conan Exiles, it's going to be your survival type game. Collect some materials, build a base, and kind of struggle to survive against the environment, but not at that harsh level as Conan Exiles is, where sharks attack you and whatever other creatures, right? Environment, let's say, is going to have a interesting aspect. You will need to build some houses or huts or whatever they're called. Now the interesting part, because so far so good, that's not really revolutionary. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to progress through the game by completing the storyline of your own character, right? There's going to be some topics that you will need to go through, by exploring others, by collecting some materials, by building some stuff. You can actually go through his storyline. Now, for you to complete most of the aspects of the storyline, you will need to find other characters on the map. Basically, the whole map is going to be at a as that's the vision right now, somewhere along the Red Dead Redemption 2 size. So very, very big in terms of that. Now, composed out of multiple islands. Could be 10, could be 12, could be 15. I'm not really sure how much the engine is going to allow it, because that's taken into account as well. Nevertheless, you progress from one island to the other. At some point, you're going to find another character, right? Either by finding it, um, you're actually gonna pretty much strive to find them, because you cannot progress further in the game unless you do so. Now, to find them, it's not gonna be that easy. They're not gonna be clues. You're gonna have to explore maps, fight with the environment a bit, survive, struggle, eat, sleep, drink. And once you find that particular, uh, let's say, character, you're gonna progress with him in a type of, let's say, co-op. She's gonna help you complete some parts of the storyline, but you need to help him complete the storyline on his side, a couple of chapters here and there, for you to move on. Moving on means finding another character either at the same time or at a different time. Um, think about it. If you so you can understand how are you gonna play co-op with pretty much three characters or four, pretty much how Harry Potter 5 was built, where you were switching between characters, right? So from one to the other. That's the vision of the team, and I'm gonna be honest, it's super ambitious. I don't know if anything like this has been maybe potentially tried, but not done so far. I haven't seen any game of this level, and it's probably gonna be hard to end this particular game. Now, I'm gonna end the discussion on the game by stating, because this is 100% one question that someone will ask. How is the team going to sustain the play to earn aspect, right? I never said it's a play to earn. Also, I never said that if it will be a play to earn, they will be revolving around the AVG token. Because if you're looking to build something of this particular size, basically, I don't think you can sustain it from one token. The token right now has different allocations. You got some marketing, you got some centralized exchange, staking, liquidity. So where's the gaming part come into? Where does that come into account? Could you probably support that from the marketing tax? Highly doubtful. Not at this level, right? So potentially, if they are looking to build this one as a play to earn, what I would say, they haven't actually confirmed it, but they haven't denied it either. The best proper path would actually be to develop a separate token, a second token, pretty much like Axie did. The only game that I know, I think Fora didn't do it, and Sidus, potentially Sidus. I don't know if they actually Plutonians. If you guys know that they actually have two tokens as well, to make sure that the governance of the project is one, and then the play to earn aspect is a second aspect. So you're not draining your liquidity strictly, by allowing people the opportunity to play to earn. This is the vision. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's definitely revolving quite some interesting aspects. It's ambitious, and they're not gonna do this by their own. They're on their own. Actually, they will look forward to hire some people to support with that. Back to you, my man.
Okay, thank you for the well detailed explanation about the game itself, and definitely it screams Red Dead. I can't miss it like that, but yeah, the cowboy game. And of course, the survival aspect, I think it definitely suits well based on the movie Avatar, because it's kind of like a futuristic, tribal kind of universe. So it definitely, yeah, suits the game that you're talking about. And maybe you should really watch the Avatar movie, Alex, if you haven't watched the first one. I wouldn't say it's the best movie, but it's an interesting concept at the time it was released. So going back to the project itself, I guess I pretty much asked everything about the project itself. I guess before we head on to the questions, can you tell us more about the pre-sale and the tokenomics and the distribution of it?
Definitely, my man. Definitely. What you guys might be interested to, let's say, to know right now. How can you be a part of this? Well, it's actually going to be a public pre-sale. It's going to start in 3.5 hours. Um, 1.2 max contribution, about 125K initial market cap, 125 BNB as a soft cap, 250 as a hard cap. And what else I'm going to mention is the fact that 60% of the amount goes to liquidity, and the rest 40% is going to be envisioned within marketing, development, and also buybacks of the token. Now, with the buybacks of the token, they're going to be done on a, let's say, on a silent level typically. And I actually hate to be, the one that states this one out, although you guys know it as well. If you announce publicly we are going to do a buyback, you're actually letting people know, listen, you can manipulate the chart as well, because they're going to know, upfront, that they're going to buy. You're going to do a buyback that's going to increase the price, and they are going to sell. And trust me, those spikes don't actually bring anything good. So the team actually thought, you know what, we're going to use 40% of that for, marketing and development as well. We're going to do some buybacks. Nobody's going to know when. Potentially there will be some small spikes in the chart. um, Eventually, if you're smart enough, let's say, you can actually probably track them on BSC scan, uh, if you plan to do that as well, but you're not going to know when they're going to be done. That's pretty much the logic behind this one. um, Tokenomic wise, you got 31% into your pre-sale, 18.2% into liquidity, 28.4 into that staking that I was envisioning, because you have 6 different pools, 10% centralized exchange, 5% marketing, and 7.4% unlocked. I know what's with the 7.4% unlocked. Um, Let me encompass what's happening there. You got 0.8 or 0.9 percent, which is unlocked for the launchpad fee that needs to be taken into account. And also they did a 30 BM, close to 30 BNB private sale, 1 BNB max contribution. The edge on that one is 10% extra tokens. That's it. Nothing out of the ordinary. 50% available at TGE, 50% unlocked 1 week after the launch. Uh, Strictly for the start off of the project. To get your first of all, to get Trynos on board, because Trynos is the developer of the contract. And as far as I understood, he will be the one handling those particular unlocked tokens. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's typically what the developer does on his end. That's what the team told me. SAFU badge granted, of course, due to Trynos' work. Audit, KYC are both done with Cyberscope, if I'm not mistaken. CoinScope, sorry, my bad there. CoinScope, Cyberscope, yeah, same entities. And then you're looking also at 6%, 6% buy, 6% sell tax. 4% goes to marketing, sent as BNB to an external wallet, and then 2% rewards sent as BNB to holders. So there's your reflection wise as well, part of the ecosystem's utility, so to speak. So tokenomics, taxes. I think I was able to manage everything with that answer.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I think we can answer more questions if anyone wants to ask about the pre-sale details, if you have any. But yeah, I think I can open the floor now for community questions. Are you okay with that now, Alex?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay, so we got the first question here from a familiar face. Honest Abe, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question.
Hey, hey. Yeah, I was actually listening. I was curious about the unlocked tokens as well. Kind of, you kind of touched on it, Alex. Not really clear enough to say so, though. But yeah, I know what you mean. That Trynos is the one that has access to those tokens. Don't really get why the sum, though. And if I recall, you don't really need the unlocked tokens to pay for the ping sale fee. I think that's by default taken out when you actually send the tokens towards them for the contract. But yeah, the game sounds pretty insane. Like, like it would be nice. Sounds like kind of a AAA game, kind of a long shot there, I guess. You said it most likely won't be a play to earn game because it doesn't really sound like it. It sounds like a progressive game. But how will you actually apply the NFTs to it in that sense then? Because they would basically have to have a monetary value. And if it's not a PvP scenario where you actually earn money out of it, will it just be cosmetic? What's the point of the NFTs being implemented into the game?
I never said it's not going to be PvP, my man. The fact of the matter is this. Let me start out by saying, not to get into a contradiction. However, the unlocked fees for the pink sale are never sent up front. That's kept aside for that. Every project does that. So if you're taking a look at whatever's trending right now on pink sale, I don't even know. Uh, each of them typically would have that particular amount unlocked. It's somewhere around 0.6 to 0.7%. Again, that's according to my knowledge. You guys can pretty much research it on your end. Looking at, let's say, the first one, the huge BTV or BGVT, whatever that is, they're applying the same concept. 0.6% is actually unlocked, and probably with the same purpose. With that being said, if there are any, because you said I wasn't actually clear enough on the unlocked tokens. If there's anything that you want to find out, definitely I'm here. Ask me. With the game side, I would say, when it comes to the NFTs, the team vision is to award the NFTs with some utility. How are they gonna plan? How are they gonna do that? The vision, my man, as you can understand, the game is pretty complex. They are thinking of implementing
It
multi
is.
aspects to it. Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy, but one thing needs to be taken into account 100%. They're not gonna do this on their own. They need to get a, let's say, a studio, a game development company, to kind of jump on board and to facilitate that vision. Because in theory, everything sounds great, right? You get survival, you get a bit of fights, you get the PvE, and also a potential PvP aspect to it. How that's going to be incorporated, I wouldn't know. I actually haven't gone, let's say, into that much detail, because as I've said, we're looking at potentially Q2 next year to have the game even as a demo, probably. If that's going to be the case, you never know with these terrible market conditions. You have a major spike within Bitcoin, everything gets delayed within a month or so. So yeah, how are they exactly going to implement the NFTs? I wouldn't know, and I didn't actually go into so many details with them. I just wanted to understand the vision behind the game. How are they going to incorporate many aspects to it? And from there on, whatever we're going to talk, it's only fictional right now, because you never know if it's actually possible and how long it's
Yeah.
going to take.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Kind of expecting that, but I actually wanted to get into it to know if they're pretty keen on it, like they're pretty stoic about it, that it's gonna happen in a way or another, or if they just dream of it, to say so. Because that would basically, as CH said, that would give a different value to the NFTs as well, right? Because just having NFTs by themselves, if it's not like really hyped, the NFT's value won't really be that relevant. If you actually have a use for them at some point, it at least it presumably will give them a bigger value. Okay, you said the team will use part of the funds from the pre-sale for buybacks and burns at some point, again unannounced. Being manual buybacks and burns, and there's a question in the chat that I just saw that, like, why are the team doing this voluntarily if they don't have any kind of tokens? I was gonna say, are they 100% fixated on the fact that they will burn the tokens they buy back, or will they use them for, I don't know, let's say paying different people at some point along the way, let's say developers and whatnot for the game and stuff like that, or are they 100% sure they'll just burn them all, anything they buy back?
Well, the initial vision right now is, if you do a buyback, you burn it. Because, I mean, what exactly is the purpose? Think about it this way: if you're doing a buyback, those tokens need to have a value, not just to increase the short term impact. So you need to have a value for them. If you're paying someone, at the moment, I think per their tokenomics and per the utility that they're gonna develop, everything is pretty much encompassed. So just to buy back and to keep those tokens to a potential, um, downside of things, yeah, that doesn't quite make sense, at least in my opinion. The answer that I can give to this one is that the startup actions are only buybacks and eventually burns for those tokens. No other aspects taken into account right now. If you're taking, let's say, the route for your development on the game, uh, again, I don't think. I mean, I don't know how much you would need to buy back and from the chart to be able to support that kind of that kind of game. So yeah, I
It,
don't think
it
that,
would basically be early buybacks, and presume the chart would grow enough that the amount you bought would basically
just
have a
keeps
higher
value.
value. Yeah.
Yeah, but you would. I mean, if you were to do that, how will you actually take into account the market conditions? Because and that's why I said if you're gonna see a major crash, which could happen, I'm not saying it will, but you need to be prepared for that. And if you're doing those progressive early buybacks, keeping the tokens there, external wallet, everything safe, what if they crash? That's just gonna mean that you're gonna postpone your plans without a backup option. So
Yep.
yeah, yeah, I don't think that's the proper path. Again, what do I know? I'm just a VC host. They know better, but hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah, basically they're the ones that need to sort out the best way to approach this, because like they don't want to be a meme coin. That's what I'm getting from the white paper in your presentation. They don't want to be just a meme coin, but they need to sort some things out in advance as well. I saw the 10% for checks as well, which is nice. Let's hope they go with it. That's the main thing. They just need to have something to basically sell people on the fact that it will keep evolving. Otherwise, everything looks nice and good. Right, I'm gonna stop just so I won't take up more time. Thank you.
Definitely. Thanks
Okay.
as well for the questions, my man.
Awesome questions as usual. Honest Dave, and like speak the next question. Okay, let me choose something. Okay, let's go with the voice. You're allowed to speak. Please ask your question. Hello, the voice. Okay, I'm not sure if he can speak. Going once, going twice, going. Okay, I think he's not speaking. So let's pick another one. Okay, OG. Oh, you're allowed to speak. OG. Please ask your question.
Right, thank you, CH.
Of
So my
course.
question is just simple. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, I think. Alex, can you hear OG?
Yep, yep. Hey.
Okay, we're good then. Okay, you can
Okay.
ask your question.
All right. So it's just, I mean, I understood everything Alex said. I mean, he did a really good job. But I think he mentioned about the game using the NFTs as, should I say, utilizing the NFTs that will be coming up in the future. So I was just going to ask, I I know you really do not know so much about this game, but would there be some kind of token utilization in the game as well, or how will this game be like a direct utility on the AVG token?
I kind of encompassed a bit about that. And again, because it's at a tentative level right now. So what I'm saying, don't take this for granted. Once the decision for the game is actually done, according to the progression of the project, it's probably going to be a bit more clear than what I'm going to say now. Because this is a general perspective, sorry, across multiple games that I've seen, and I think the team has seen as well. When you're looking to develop a game, if you're doing it from the beginning, you're pretty much you're utilizing all your resources or most of your resources to focus around the game, right? That's pretty much what you're looking to attempt. So, I mean, you're gonna offer staking, whatever the case might be, but your main utility needs to be the game, right? You're a play to earn game. Now, with that in mind, this project is not actually revolving around that. It does look like it's going to build into that direction. However, at the moment, from the sustainability that I've seen and from the allocation, which are staking, liquidity marketing, centralized exchanges, uh, I don't think, just from the marketing and from the taxes, I don't think they can support a game. So with that in mind, the game itself is going to function more onto, let's say, the brand probably and the ecosystem development, more than the impact directly on the AVG token. Now, again, a follow-up question would be, what if the game launches? If it's not a play to earn game, what fun is it? Well, if they develop, to that level that we just spoke about, it's definitely going to be good. Um, the a follow-up thing that you guys might be wondering is that going to impact the native token? Depends. If they find a way to balance the native token and the game itself, either they build a new token for that government of the game. um, Again, that's probably still to be seen. I don't have the exact answer, and I could speculate and say that probably the best decision would be not to integrate the native token, but to build another one. Let's say stake the AVG, obtain the tokens needed for you to play the game, would be one of the most common um, rewards. However, can that be done? I don't know. So again, speculations here, Benita. Yeah, that's what I can say with within the best of my knowledge.
Thank you, CH as well.
Of course, thank you for the question, OG. I think we can handle one more question because, yeah, Alex is working with very limited time. So I guess a personal question for me I can ask is in regards to the copyright measures and sort of things, because you're developing a game that's going to be utilizing the avatar world, which is definitely heavily copyrighted. So legalities wise, do you have any repercussions or any plans to combat this in case like stuff like this will happen?
Oh, that's probably the normal question when once you're trying to be affiliated, or let's say revolving around that. From a legal perspective, I would say, if you're looking just at the project, yeah, I don't think that's a problem. 100%, not a problem, because you're functioning within a decentralized space. So you're just an avatar grow. You're not avatar per se. Now, the potential complications from a legal perspective could come if they plan as mainstream right now on the website. Although I think that's just informative as far as I'm concerned. Um, if they're planning for, if you guys are taking a look at AVG team, how they encompassed it. If they're planning to use those, which I can assume those are straight directed to the game, then that might be an issue. However, from what I've understood from the team, that's where the NFT collection comes into account. They will be revolving around the, let's say, the avatar ecosystem, but not copy pasted, so to speak. So I don't know. I mean, from my perspective, if you're not copying something directly, Pokemon, Digimon, and whatever other 50 of those Mon games were done, um, I don't think any company can say anything as far as you're an inspiration for them. Again, that's to the best of my abilities to answer that, CH.
That's totally understandable. But yeah, if you're able to just disconnect that and just use it as an inspiration, hopefully they got a legal team to sort out the specifics on how they're going to pull that off. I think that's just my main concern in regards to this project. Okay, that being said, I think that's the most I can ask right now. And to clarify, about the presale details again, what's the date that we're looking at to be part of it again?
Today, actually.
Oh,
Today
today.
and about 3 hours from now. Yep.
And is it? I'm just gonna double check if it's linked already. Yeah. So guys, if you have any more questions, unfortunately we're not able to answer all of the questions. But yeah, for more details, you can definitely join AvatarGrow in their Telegram group, which is pinned in the main messages here. And yeah, I'm sure that Alex or the team themselves will be more than happy to answer your questions. So that being said, Alex, I guess you can give a short summary for the people who are quite late to joining this AMA on what exactly is AvatarGrow and why people should be investing in it today or the future.
Definitely, my man. I'm gonna probably wrap it up by saying, first of all, thanks to everyone for joining. Thank you, CH, for hosting as always, and thank you for the audience. Thanks for the engagement. I think we answered 2 voice chat questions from Honest Tape and OG Benita. Hopefully, I didn't forget anyone. Thanks to the others as well. I know there may have been other questions. I see a lot of hands raised. Feel free to pop in the chat and ask them, or DM me if needed, but take into account a delay is expected. I usually check all my DMs within 1 or 2 hours after I finish the AMAs, which is going to be in about 5 hours from now. And AvatarGrow, it's a rewarding perspective, revolving around the avatar persona. Hopefully not not gonna be impacted, as we said, in any other legal way. The pre-sale is going to start in 3 hours, so definitely a bit of time for you guys to do the research. You're smart investors, you know what to look for when it comes to a token. The extra layer of confidence is there by granted a bit by Trynos, the developer of the contract. SAFU badge, audit, KYC, everything available with transparency. Taxes for this one, as I've said, you're looking at 6% tax, 6% buy, 6% sell. Pre-sale is going to be public, 1.2 BNB max contribution. And yeah, with that being said, thanks to each and every one of you guys for attending. Pleasure to talk to you again, CH. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your day. And if we don't talk until then, the rest of the week and the weekend as well.
Also a pleasure talking to you, Alex. And the projects you represent are always definitely to your taste, to your very high taste if you're going to represent a project. So guys, be sure to check out AvatarGrow in the Telegram group, and we'll see you again in the next AMA, guys. See you.
Thank you, brother. Take care.